What's up, guys? It's your boy S Dub. Hopefully we could kill some boredom today. So I'm out here, you know, doing my thing. I keep it a mess, you know. It gets clean for like a day or two and then it's swamp. But I'm out here, bought a deep freezer from a guy right here. And while I'm unloading the deep freeze, a gentleman tells me he has a mower, he can't get started. Or he say it's hard to start. He say it's hard to start. He let his uncle borrow it. He say he had no problem starting it. He let his uncle borrow it. Now it's hard to start. He say when he finally got it started and he went to cut the grass, as soon as he, I guess, I don't know, went to cut the grass, he said it shut off. So I tried to start it. When I started it, it started fine. But when I cut on a load of grass, it did kind of like get a drag. And when I did my once over, I saw the issue. So let's get it. Okay guys, so here's the mower. It's a 140cc Murray, I believe. So I'm taking off the blade, got it wedged. The blade is definitely off track. This is supposed to be parallel to that. It's actually perpendicular. So that leads me to believe either this was loose, I've already loosened it, so it wasn't loose. And then my second train of thought was that the blade is bent, which it is. You can see that side's good, that side's not. Let's see if we can get a good angle of both of them. I'll take it off to get a shot next to that blade and the replacement blade. And while I'm shooting my intro, a gentleman brings his mower over. He actually bought this one from me. He say he didn't know how to clean the carb or whatnot. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna take the carb apart, see if we can get it up and running. But enough jaw jacking. Let's get on this blade replacement. Again, I have it wedged. That's what this is for. And it's lefty loosey, righty tighty. I've already loosened it. This was actually tightened, but it was off track. So he probably hit something which knocked it off track. We're gonna get this off. There we go. Oh, I just noticed it, but taking the blade off, right? This is how the blade was on. I take it off. This is the orientation of the mower. Now, if I was to put the mower in orientation of cutting grass, which would be this way, that blade is definitely bent, but also, if you look, whoever put this blade on, they put it on upside down. There's the cutting edge that way. It was like this. You want the cutting edge to actually be this way, to knock grass upward, not downward. All right. Okay, a side note, make sure you empty your fluids when you lean your mower over, because if not, then well, you'll make a mess like I did right here. Big oil stain, but it's fine because I'm gonna pressure wash this area anyway. But anyway, so here's the two blades. You can see that one's definitely bent. Okay, so the blade, again, like I was saying, goes this way and go up. The blade was like this. You can see, I get why he would think, you know, this hugs your spindle, but it doesn't. It goes that way. Here's the replacement blade. Okay, and there's the edge, the way it goes, like that. I've already sharpened it. All right, putting the blade on is pretty easy. What I'm gonna do, spray a little lube in the area where the bolt goes, right there. When you put your blade on, make sure that it goes where your cutting edge is cutting the grass and it deflects it upward, okay? And what that means is when the grass cuts, it hits and goes up, not down, up. So your blade is actually gonna go, this is the cutting way, blade is above the ground, not under. So we go here. Make sure you line it up. Sometimes they have a circle. They have different model blades. Make sure you got the right blade and the right length. Line up these two little tabs, 1 and 2, to those two tabs right here. And insert. There's some garbage right there. Let me get that off. All right. Also, I guess I'm gonna do that now. Get a razor blade, cut all that garbage off your spindle. What that does is it just helps more, or it creates drag, which basically pulls down horsepower and RPMs on your mower, and it makes drag due to the weight, and also it deflects grass and it makes sure you get a funky cut. This isn't that bad, but I've seen some where they're thick. But yeah, just get a razor blade, cut up in there, up and down, and pull it out. This, I'm probably just gonna leave it, call it a day. Now I'm gonna tighten that up, make sure this is parallel to the spindle right there. Now you want to get fancy, try to wedge it by hand a little bit. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we're gonna tighten the blade. All right, that should be tight enough. Make sure you get full mobility on your spin. Yep, now let's put it down, see what happens. Okay, now I have to put some oil in it and some gas because I tipped it over without properly catching it. So we're gonna put some oil so it's empty. A mower typically takes, I'm gonna say 90% of a quart. So I tend to just put, this not a full quart, but I tend to put the whole quart in just to play it safe. There we go. I also run pre-mixed fuel, and that ensures that I get complete lubrication. And worst case scenario, all I do is file the plug. I won't score or kill the mower. A plug, you can find a plug $2. You know, sometimes, you know, if you do what I do, you got backups for days. But let's put some gas in it and try to fire this thing up. Okay. Alright, that should be enough time to fill the bowl up. Alright, that's 3/4 of a tank. Okay, don't go on the street, baby. Okay, fuel is kicking back towards me. That's a good sign. That lets me know that the bulb is actually filling up and pumping. The primer, I should say. There we go. All right. Well. All right. Thanks for coming. Spot you in the next one.